Welcome to the Filmfest studio on another sunny day here in Bremen. I'm Ilona, I'm the artistic director of Filmfest Bremen, and it's my honor to have two guests from Turkey in the studio this morning with me. And they are from the film Ali's Nature, which is featured in the sustainability category at this year's festival. And I will welcome here with me the director of the film, Levent Çetin, and the producer, Canol Bakaya. And I hope I sort of got your names right.
Yes,
And perfect. So,
perfect. Yeah.
hello, and please tell the audience from where in Turkey are you joining us this morning?
I'm actually from Ankara right now. I'm joining the Ankara and Levent.
I am from Istanbul now.
Okay. So welcome to Bremen, and your film is in the sustainability category, and it's like not a typical film for this program. As you can imagine, we have a lot of documentaries, but your film is very artistic. It's a feature film, it's a fiction film, and it has very much to do with the relationship between humans and nature, and also modern life and traditions. And spirituality, I think, is a very central topic of your film. And I was going to ask, or start off by asking you about, I think it's based actually on a real tradition or ritual. The fish or the sacred fish in your film have a very special meaning. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about this symbol.
Yeah, it's based on real tradition. I saw this tradition on newspaper first time. I saw the fish funerals in the newspaper. After that, I start to think about that, and I research these things. And there's so many local things in Anatolia, similar tradition, and it's for protect nature. These traditions protect nature, and after research, I saw the concept sacred ecology, and this is the anthropological concept, and describes between relationship, tradition, and nature for explain this thing. And this is important for me because it's important for me because behind the stories very important for me. I am not doing documentary, but I research something, and if there's a something background, it's excites me, and it's very important for motivation for me.
Your film is also a love story of sorts, and we have the couple in the center of the film, Ali and Miriam, and they have a good relationship, I would say, apart from the fact that they cannot conceive a child, and this is their biggest wish. So the fish also, or the pond where the fish live, becomes this place of hope, but also of fear. Like in the beginning of the film, you see Miriam having this dream about standing in the pond with the fish, and she also, the fish, like either they can bless you or they attack you. So is that also a bit of like you have to, like the relationship between nature and the human has to be, it has to come from both sides, or you have to honor it for the nature to give you what you want? Is that a little bit what you're trying to tell with this allegory of the film?
Yeah, I can say that fish is very important, as well as in European mythology, and fish is meaning starting of life. There's a different stories and different mythologies about fish, and so as well as at the in Asia culture, it's very important, and so Ali very patient for fish. This is the
Actually, can I add something for this moment?
Sure.
Okay, actually, this is it's not just this is the nature. On the other hand, this is a kind of traditional, which is it's coming from religions, and this is some kind of anthropological, and also some traditional religion combine each other, and that's why they are wishing something from nature, and then actually the mother nature, of course, giving something. They're protecting, actually not there, just Ali protecting, and this is the last representative of this tradition, by the way. And this is just Levent said, it is local. A lot of places has this kind of things because it's coming the three holy religions, which is the Ibrahim's story, and when they are starting to bury Ibrahim, and that wouldn't became to the fish and bring to the a whale, and they are protecting him, and it is actually almost the same, and no one hunt or no one eat them. They're dying naturally, and they are putting a graveyard which is special for the fish, and they have a ritual. This is a traditional with the comes from the religions, actually. This is, we call this Bektashi tradition, actually, Alevi and Bektashi, and there's some some part of Alevi culture on this movie, and this is a holy ecology, just they are told, and the believing also protecting to the nature. On the other hand.
Is that when you screen the film in Turkey, a lot of people will be familiar with this tradition or not? Because here in Germany, obviously, it has something very mysterious if you watch the film and you feel the spiritual aspect, but obviously we don't have the background of the history or the religious history and the meaning of like the fish cemetery. But you can feel it's a very magical place. So when the cemetery in the film gets disrupted, it has consequences for everyone involved. So is that something that a Turkish audience or international audience, how do they react to these topics? Is it something that is very sort of like common knowledge in Turkey? Because for here, it's I think it's a very, very interesting symbol, but it's very new to the audience.
I want to solve this story not in a not so spiritual things, and I want to see this story in modern life. So people very close. I think people very close to this story. If I did very magical things, put them very magical things, I think people far away from the story, and I think story very close to modern life. So people can believe this story.
The thing is, no one actually knows this kind of traditional has in the east of Turkey, actually. And even Levent, beware from the newspaper news, actually. Then he researched. And then we all know this kind of traditional still alive in the east of Turkey. And we went to that place, actually. We made research, and we actually learned after made that research, actually.
And
no one knows, actually. No one.
Okay.
Even we are as strangers as you were before, actually. The same.
But it's very, very intriguing, and I really like the imagery of it as well. It works on so many levels. And I was wondering, did you shoot on location? Did you actually travel to this part of Turkey and shot it there, or where did you shoot it, the film? Because these locations, the forests, the lakes, it all seems very, very like almost magical to me, that kind of landscape and nature, but also very rural. So I was wondering where exactly you found your locations.
First time we went to real locations and we research something there, and this is in Malatya, real tradition in Malatya, in the village of Malatya, and this is east part of Turkey, and first time we want to shoot there in a real locations, but after that very close place to Istanbul, and so we want to shoot there. But it's very similar geographical places.
Yeah, I'm naturally supported by the beauty of the location, actually. Water, nature, and forest. And we actually looking for something like that. Even Malatya is not that kind of green. But we find a place which is Levent dreamed like actually that atmosphere. And that's why we decided to, shoot that place, which is very close to, Istanbul, which is Bursa. And it's too easy to get there, actually, but it's still like a paradise. Still, very wonderful places.
Yes, it looks almost like a paradise in the film setting. This all of the atmosphere ties in very much. The whole place feels very close to nature. So I think this is also part of what for me makes it feel almost like we have this in Germany, this tradition of magic realism, and it's a little bit like this kind of setting. You could not even make up such a village. You have to find it probably somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. We are not, doing a lot of things there, naturally there.
Yes.
And we actually, checking out maybe 100 or maybe more than 100 little villages. But Levent decided, and DOP actually, they decided to shoot that place, which is the great for me too, actually.
I think it's very close to paradise, as well as it is very close to modern and real life. This was the important for me because I didn't want to magic realism elements. I didn't want to see magic realism elements in the film, and this is the important thing.
And you can also see in the movie, like they do not only rely, like Ali and Mariam, they do not only rely on the traditional methods, they also go to doctors, they try modern medicine to help with their issues. So you have both of these topics in the film as well, the modern approach and the more religious traditional approach.
Yeah, it looks like contrast things. It looks like these things far away from them, but in Turkey people live like that. I think so. It's very close elements.
I think the contrast is the main character of this movie. Modernity and rural area and the modern health issue and healing, and someone keeping alive the tradition, and the other one the treasure hunters making something. This kind of words actually it says.
So if there is like one message you want to get across with this film to the audience, if there is one message, what would that be for you?
film starting a word from there's a one sentence. I think this is the message of the film. This sentence from Gary Schneider. He is poet and anthropologist, and as well as avant-garde poets of from Beat Generation and doğa ziyaret edilecek bir yer değil, evimizdir.
The nature is not for visiting, it's our home, it says.
Yeah, this is the message of the film, I think.
It's beautiful, yes. The message, the film, and I wish you all the best for the competition. And it was a pleasure watching your film, and I cannot wait to see it in the cinema on the big screen. And yes, get to know people's reactions to it. And thank you so much for joining us today in the studio. And I hope we will see each other again during the festival, even though just digitally. But you will be here in spirit, and we will keep you updated. So thank you very much for being here tonight, and also for submitting your film. Ali's Nature will be screened in the sustainability competition. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us. And actually, the film festival have to believe with the physically. I don't believe online. Next year, or in the future, please keep going making festival.
We will.
And we are going to keep making movie. Okay. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you. See you soon.